Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans of all ages, welcome back to XFW. This is XFW Saturday Night Showdown, and thank you for joining us. Thank you, those folks over on Twitch who are already hosting our channel. Thank you guys for the likes and shares we've gotten already. Thank you all for tuning in. We're not going to waste any time, folks. We've got a hell of a card for tonight, and we're going to kick things off with the XFW Tag Team Champions right now. That is not the right thing at all. What is that? That does not belong there. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. And here come the brand new Tag Team Champions. Hazard warning.
Is scheduled for one fall.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this. Holy hell, look at this. Omega Kid and Lightning Kid coming out and attacking the tag champions. Shooting Stars out for blood tonight and taking it to Hale and Phelps. Omega Kid now flying around the air with the flying hand scissors on Keith Hale. Hale tossing the Kid now into the ring. What a wow. I know earlier there were some words backstage between these two. Luis Ortiz, welcome to the stream. Marshall Foskett, thank you for tuning in. We've officially got a bell now. Things can officially start. Hale drops him down with a neck breaker. The Shooting Stars trying to get an early lead on Hazard Warning. And they may have landed a decent shot. Into the turnbuckle we go. Omega Kid with a shot to the face. Keith Hale fires back with a couple elbows. Well placed right between the eyes. But the Omega Kid, not to be outdone, fires back again. Home territory now. The Omega Kid, the Lightning Kid, former XFW Tag Team Champions, would love to get an opportunity tonight. A pinfall or submission victory. Hell, even a count out would grant the Shooting Stars another opportunity at XFW Gold. Keith Hale bumping back to his feet pretty damn quick. That was a weird kip up. Looked like he floated. Into the turnbuckle we go. Tag. In comes Liam Phelps. But how much damage did the Kids do earlier on in that attack, which is very uncharacteristic of the Shooting Stars. But we know, whoa, the Omega Kid countering out of the window, catching with a Frankenstein. We know that Hazard Warning has been bragging left and right ever since winning the Tag Team Championships. Irish up now by Lightning Kid. Home territory for the Shooting Stars. Tag, in comes Omega. Double team maneuver coming up. Look at the Omega with the two knees in the chest. And Lightning following through the Bronco Buster. The Shooting Stars off to a phenomenal start tonight against the XFW Tag Team Champions. Elbow shot to the face again by Omega. Keith firing right back. I'm sorry, Liam Phelps firing right back. Phelps now wrapping the leg. Oh, look at the knee bending around that bottom rope. Going after the knee is actually a smart play by Liam Phelps. You take out the legs of the Omega Kid, and you take away half of his arsenal. But right now, that powerbomb driving Phelps out of the canvas, forcing the hot tag. Here comes Keith Hale running in, and a clothesline, dropping down the Lightning Kid. Again, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight to XFW Saturday Night Showdown. 7 days ago, XFW Mat Mania, our biggest event to date, took place. A number of XFW Tag Team titles, or titles in general, changed place, including our first ever Women's Tag Team Champions, who will be in action later tonight. I was so focused on Tag Team titles, wanted to talk about the Women's Championships, and Keith Hale and Liam Phelps capturing the Tag Team titles. I got Tag Team titles on the brain. We've got to cover right now the Lightning Kid. And a kick out by Keith Hale. Gets the shoulder up. Again, welcome everyone to XFW. Thank you for tuning in. Jabs now by Keith Hale, but Lightning Kid staying strong, holding up front face lock, dragging him out of the ropes. Hale dumping him over the top rope. The Kid hangs on. Snapmare bringing him in the hard way. You see the impact on the lower back by Keith Hale. Kick to the midsection. Oh, we've seen this in the past. Hale driving that DDT home Hard impact on the top of the head of the Lightning Kid. We've got to cover. Derek Smith, they should be debuting the titles tonight. We should see the Women's Championship titles around the waist of Vicious and Delicious tonight. You want to understand they got lost at the airport last night and didn't show up on XFW Danger Zone. Double gutbuster now from Hazard Warning. Lightning Kid and Omega Kid started things off pretty hot and heavy with that early attack. But so far, Hazard Warning has made a decent comeback. Lightning Kid now, wrapping the arm around, augmenting the damage of that neckbreaker. Irish whip now by the Lightning Kid. Luis Ortiz, you got to start out small. Build up, work on your craft, and anyone can do streaming. But you do have to dedicate yourself to it. You do got to put a lot of hard work into it. Streaming is not that simple, but it's a craft you can work on like anything else. Irish whip now from Keith Hale. Drop down. Nice leapfrog. Building up some momentum. Collar elbow tie up. Lightning Kid trying to shut him down. Counter again by the Kid. Kid goes for a forearm. Nowhere. Oh! And Liam Phelps takes him out with a sweep to the knee. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg. Into the turnbuckle we go. Tag again. In comes Keith Hale. Phelps again targeting the knee. Bending it over. And then Keith Hale with a shot right to the top of the kneecap. Lightning Kid bouncing back relatively quick, though. If it's one thing, folks, the shooting stars have a lot of resiliency, a lot of spring back. They are second half contenders, and they could easily pull off the victory tonight over Hazard Warning. But Hazard Warning right now singling out the Lightning Kid. Omega needs to make a tag if they hope to get back in here. Tag again, here comes Phelps. Both men, both sides. You've been warned, connects to the top of the head of the Lightning Kid. We've got to cover. Omega there to make the save. Omega just in time to make the save for his partner. Lightning Kid again sent to the opposite side of the ring. Drop kick now fairly between the chest of Lightning. Omega now sent off the apron by Liam Phelps. Lightning Kid, they'll turn things around. That quick, that split second of counter by Liam Phelps. But a shot to the face again. Hazard Warning staying in control. Phelps now grabbing the Omega Kid. And a neck breaker. Come on. Omega Kid not even the legal man in this contest. Shot to the face again. Lightning Kid trying everything he can to get back to his corner, to his partner, but Hazard Warning continuing to cut him off almost at every corner. Tag again, in comes Hale. Shot in the midsection again. Again, Lightning Kid right back, grasping again the back of the head, trying everything he can. Desperation moves here by the Kid. Oh, but a shot to the midsection. Phelps got him up, takes him down, busts him down face first. Goes Keith Hale, we've got to cover.
2, 3.
That's it. Hazard Warning. Oh, the Lightning Kid. Omega Kid gets a blast in the face. As the match just comes to an end. But Hazard Warning pulls off the victory. Luis Ortiz, thank you for saying love the stream. J.R. Richmond watching XFW and AEW all at once. That is some serious multitasking. But Hazard, here's that DDT. Look at this, the emphasis that Keith Hale puts on that DDT. That is brutal. And Pedro says, and still, your XFW Tag Team Champions, Hazard Warning.
Here are your winners.
You hear the crowd booing. Phelps and Hale not very popular in XFW, but I don't think they care. They are still the XFW Tag Team Champions. An impressive victory for the current XFW Tag Team Champions, folks. And again, they're not a very popular team here in XFW. They have not made many friends. coming in just after High Voltage debuted here in XFW. The two teams, it turns out, came from the same training facility. And what started off as a just pure competition driven by wins and losses here in XFW, which seemed to start back in the training facility, the training camp where the two teams came from, has sparked into something much bigger. The two had a rivalry that went on for months here in XFW and seemed to cool down a little bit. But we've heard some rumblings in the back. I mean, as I said, hazard warning has been running off the mouth. Chris Fair, thank you for liking the stream. There's a little gif of our current XFW World Heavyweight Champion, the Destroyer, much like you see him on the shirt right here amongst the other characters on the XFW overall shirt. This shirt's actually going to get a little bit of a makeover soon. So if you like this one, folks, get it while they're there. Chris Fair, thank you for sharing. And there's the former five-time XFW Tag Team Champions. Sorry, four-time. I'm losing track. There's too many championship changes going on here in XFW. I can't keep track. I've got notes over here. I've got notes over there. I got 1, 2, 3. I got computer screens everywhere. It's hard to keep up with all the things going on here in XFW. But again, folks, a number of our champions are in action tonight. The Destroyer in the main event going one-on-one with Ramon Cruz. We've got the women's tag team champions in action, as well as the United States champion in action later on tonight. So, folks, XFW Saturday Night Showdown is action-packed with stuff. Now, folks, we saw a brutal match last night here on XFW Danger Zone. Brian Blaze went in an Extreme Rules match. Thank you, Mr. Foskett, for sharing. Brian Blaze went one-on-one in an Extreme Rules match with El Yanator, XFW's janitor and professional wrestler. Now, the match did not go the way El Yanator wanted. Brian Blaze laid in him pretty damn hard. And, folks, we have some frightening news. Let me see if I have the footage here loaded. If we have it here, this should be it. This was after that match later on in the evening. Brian Blaze attacking El Yanator backstage. You see him there driving him in to that wall and those electric crates. The holds a lot of the equipment here. And then this dragon suplex. And then it got worse, folks. Then it got worse. The two made their way to the top of this tractor trailer. And then Brian Blaze taking liberties. And right here, this horrific fall by El Yanator being tossed off the top of that tractor trailer by Brian Blaze. From what we understand, El Yanator has suffered some severe injuries and will be out for a while. Now, obviously, folks, Pedro Ortiz Jr. was at his side in the hospital later in the evening, and El Yanator is Pedro Ortiz Jr.'s friend. Ortiz has since again challenged Brian Blaze to a match. Brian Blaze declined to fight Pedro Ortiz, but tonight goes one-on-one with Jesus Silva later on in our show. But right now we're going to head down to ringside as Big Walter Fenwick goes one-on-one with Hero Katsuyori.
The following contest is scheduled.
Scott Wayne Stevens, and obviously hasn't paid attention, he does have Hazard on their knee pads in the back of their trucks. And here comes Hero Katsuyori.
Weighing in at 244 pounds, Hero Katsuyori.
Hero Katsuyori, this suplex machine of XFW. Not to even take count for the brutal lariats this man throws. I haven't seen a lariat this devastating since Stan Hansen. But Hero Katsuyori will have his dance card full tonight with good old Walter Fenwick. That is not the right music at all. And here comes the big old boy, Walter Fenwick, making his way down to ringside.
And his opponent from West Memphis, Arkansas, weighing in at
The big farmer
477
of
pounds,
Arkansas.
Walter
His mommy loves to see him on TV, but from what I understand, folks, she's terrified every time he gets in the ring because she's afraid the big man's going to get hurt. But, folks, we've seen this young man, this guy who's still green behind the ears. Green in wrestling, wet behind the ears, I should say. A rookie here in XFW has done pretty well for himself, getting a number of victories back-to-back over some of XFW's bigger competitors just because Walter knows how to throw that 400-plus frame around. Scott, I don't think the ring can contain that many clotheslines. All right, folks, here we go. Walter, Fenwick, Hero Cassiori meeting for the first time inside the square circle, and here we go. And Hero Cassiori starting things off with some quick jabs. But look at big old Walter shrugging him off, and Walter instantly picking up Hero and slamming him down into a gorilla press slam. And now Walter laying in with the shots himself. Walter. Big time scoop slam by Fenwick. Then, oh, what a chop. And Fenwick, there he is again, using all that weight. And just like that, starting to dominate Hero Cassiori. Fenwick now ringing the ears of the suplex machine of XFW. We've got a cover already. Cassiori gets the shoulder up. Cassiori getting back to his feet. Cassiori running in. Goes for the suplex. Looked like he's trying to grab it. Fenwick just grabbing him, driving his face down to the canvas. Walter now starting to dominate this match. Shoving down Hero Cassiori. I don't think Cassiori's ever faced anyone he couldn't throw over his head. Fenwick again with the slap and the shoulder tackle. No one goes anywhere. Fenwick back on the attack. I think Walter's mere frame has thrown Hero Cassiori off his game. Big boot, little choreograph there. Hero saw coming here, now laying in with shots. Fenwick again just shoving Cassiori off. Cassiori now with a shot. Kick to the midsection. DDT connects by Cassiori. Finally some offense from Hero. Hero off the ropes. Big time leg drop now. Cassiori might be wise. They keep Fenwick off his feet. Kick to the midsection. Countered again by Fenwick. Fenwick got him up. Holy hell. What a spine buster that was. Fenwick picking him up almost one-handed. Cassiori, there's the lariat. And that takes Fenwick off his feet. Those clotheslines take damn near anyone down to the canvas, and that may have turned the tide for Hero Cassiori. Cassiori, this kick to the knee section. There it is again, that brutal suplex. Bending big Walter Fenwick in half. We've got a cover. 2 count. That clothesline alone almost put Fenwick down. Leg drop again from Hero Cassiori. Cassiori now trying to slow down the big man. Stretching out the neck of Fenwick. Fenwick again with a nice counter. But again, oh, the clothesline gets caught. The lariat gets caught. Fenwick takes him down. Fenwick lays in the challenge and takes him down. Walter now again, all that weight on the chest and sternum of Hero Cassiori. Cassiori now in a world of trouble. Cassiori again with a shot to the midsection. And a clothesline again in the corner. Cassiori now the running knee shot. Cassiori fighting for everything as Fenwick again. Fenwick a second time gets him up, holy hell, and takes him down. Cassiori now in a world of trouble. Kick to the midsection again. Cassiori tosses him up and over, but Fenwick holds on. Snapmare brings the big man in the hard way. Fenwick getting right back to his feet, though. Oh, the chop right on top of the head. The chop right on top of the head by Fenwick. Fenwick in the cover. Fenwick's got his feet on the ropes. Fenwick has his feet on the ropes. Cassiori gets the shoulder up. Walter again. Big time scoop slam. Fenwick now in control. Could the big Walter. Oh, Walter now his own clothesline. And follows through the second. Clothesline now by Cassiori. Counter. Walter with a diving lariat takes him down. But Cassiori back up and again levels Walter down. Cassiori saying this is it. Could be another lariat. Right hand from Cassiori. He's going to go for the cradle. Can he get him over? Holy hell! Wow! Katsuyori managing to get Big Walter up and over. Unbelievably so. Here's the lariat early in the match that turned the tide for Katsuyori, because Walter damn near dominated the entire opening of that contest. But Katsuyori turning things around with that lariat. I thought Walter had it on, especially here Walter taking the cheap route, putting his feet up on the second rope. I wonder where he learned that. But Hero turning things around and managing to land the cradle suplex on the 400-plus pound Walter Fenwick and gets the victory. Unbelievable. Hero Katsuyori pulling the proverbial cat out of the bag there, folks. I thought Fenwick had that all locked up. Again, we talk about Fenwick's ability to throw his weight around, pun intended. The 400-plus pound pig farmer who came to XFW brand new, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, or maybe it should be swirly-tailed because he's the pig farmer. I don't know where that's supposed to go. But regardless, Fenwick is doing very well for himself here in XFW. Win after win after win, and again, to go toe-to-toe with Hiro Katsuyori, who has become damn near elite here in XFW with his victory after victory after victory. But Walter, you saw how well he did, folks. You saw how determined he was to get that victory going. J.R. Richmond says he's becoming a Walter fan. A lot of folks have become a fan of Walter Fenwick very, very quick here in XFW. And it looked like he had everything roped up, but Katsuyori landing that brutal lariat, damn near breaking Fenwick in half, and then managing to hook that cradle suplex and get the pinfall victory. Fenwick down for the 3 count. Hiro Katsuyori walks away with the W tonight on XFW Saturday Night Showdown. Up next, folks, we've got the biggest mustache in all of professional wrestling, as Lord Biff Wellington goes one-on-one with King Eddie Leo. Now, Leo's just coming back after an injury he suffered a few months ago here in XFW, and Wellington is still riding the fact that he beat Josh the Coach Clemens way back a few months ago, made him shave off that mustache. So let's head on to ringside as these two clash, I believe, for the first time ever inside the squared circle on XFW Saturday Night Showdown. And here comes King Eddie Leo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Kingston, Jamaica, weighing in at 238 pounds, King Eddie Leo.
Eddie Leo, the Capoeira fighter from Jamaica. Tonight, going one-on-one, Scott Wayne Stevenson, King versus Lord, royalty matchup. No one tell. Christopherson, Pierce. We've got a royalty match going on. And here comes Wellington.
And his opponent from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 200.
Wellington formerly aligned himself with Brian Blades and Ramon Cruz in the Alliance, but recently had a battle with Josh the Coach Clemens in a mustache match, in a fan-requested match. Was able to best Josh the Coach Clemens, forcing Clemens to shave off his precious mustache, and now Biff Wellington claiming the best mustache in all of professional wrestling. But these two, again, another match. I don't think these two have ever been in the ring one-on-one in the past, so this should make for a damn fine match tonight, folks. Wellington always about business, always serious. Just realized we don't have the tip jar on there. Or our overlay. There we go, folks. Now we're up and running. We got some stuff turned off. Wellington starting things off with a neck breaker. Already into a submission hold is Wellington, trying to wear out Eddie Leo right off the bat. Leo gets his head underneath. And a couple shots right to the forearm. Or the forehead, I should say. And Leo breaks the shot. And Leo now the jumping lariat. Eddie Leo now into a gutbuster, drives Wellington down to the cam. Oh, and the kick caught by Wellington. The kick caught by Wellington, corkscrew leg whip. Now Eddie Leo himself catches it and drives him over. Both these men so prominent here at XFW. Oh, the chops. But look at Wellington holding on. And Wellington again shrugging off every shot Leo was throwing at him. Wellington, the former UK bare knuckle boxer and tough man competitor, once literally fought a bear. I used to think that was just hype, folks, but there was actually truth to it in the United K. Wellington bare knuckle boxed a friggin' bear. Leo now with those quick kicks again to the side of the thigh, trying to slow down Wellington. Wellington again with a counter. Kathy Walsh, thank you for liking the stream. And Wellington taking the eyes across the top of the rope, taking the cheap route. Eddie dodging out of the way. Wellington was an innovative offense there. What a counter from Wellington. That was outstanding. Eddie Leo now the shot. And a beautiful drop kick right between the eyes. Irish whip now from Eddie. And did you see the spring in Leo's step? Wow. And then a European uppercut, changing Wellington himself, and then driving the knee. Eddie now on a roll. Eddie with a cover. Wellington gets the shoulder up even before Michael Terra can come down with a 1 count. Right to the midsection now by Eddie, continuing the offense. Left hand chop. DDT connects. Wellington gets rocked. I wonder if that actually has so much effect as Wellington uses his hair products. It's like he's got a shell on his head. Eddie Leo back to his feet. Wellington starting to stir. Eddie Leo up on the shoulders. Over into Frankenstein, holds on for the cover. But Wellington again gets the shoulder up. Wellington is so damn tough, folks. He's been slowly climbing the ranks here in XFW. A lot of folks realize he's getting close to contendership for the XFW World Heavyweight Championship. He's just got it sweeping by. He has not made a whole lot of stink about it. He's been keeping to himself. But ever since that victory over Josh the Coach Clemens, Wellington put himself in a phenomenal spot in the rankings. He's got a cover now on Leo. Leo gets the shoulder up. Wellington going back to work. Leo wisely rolling underneath the ring. But here comes Wellington right up and Letty catches him with a swinging neckbreaker on the outside. Leo saw that coming a mile away. Back inside we go. Wellington face first on the canvas. Leo making his way to the top rope. High rank district. Here comes Leo. Elbow drop right between the eyes. Leo now stalking. Wellington starting to get back to his feet. Goes for the kick. Wellington counters out. Dumps him down on a backdrop. Wellington with a phenomenal counter. Wellington picks him up. Big right hand from Wellington. What a right hand that was, folks. Wellington best known for those punches. Ooh, flapjack sends Leo down. Wellington now starting to build some momentum, trying to get back into this match. Wellington swings for the fences and misses. Wellington drops to a knee as Eddie goes for a clothesline. Both men now countering each other. Wellington with a spinning heel kick. Holy hell! Wellington himself learning some new tricks. Eddie now on the outside. Wellington now in pursuit. Both men on the outside. Referee starting to count. Eddie Leo back inside. Leo built a full head of steam. Off at 2 feet to the chest of Wellington. Caught him just underneath the ropes. Leo again on the top rope. Elbow drop again, firmly placed by King Eddie Leo. There now by Eddie. Oh, and Wellington catches him with a kick to the head. Wellington surprising him, and there's the headbutt from Wellington. There's the headbutt from Wellington. Well placed. Eddie Leo gets the shoulder up. Marshall Foskett, thank you for sharing again. Wellington picking him up. Discus punch connects. Good night, Irene. We got a cover. Wellington pulls it off. Wellington lands the discus punch and knocks off King Eddie Leo tonight. Wellington continues to build that momentum here at XFW. Scott Wayne Stevenson proposing a right to royalty match here in XFW. The right to be called the king or lord the next pay-per-view event. That might be something that my spectators might want to watch here in XFW.
Here is your winner, gentlemen, the Strong Man.
Wellington victorious tonight on XFW Saturday Night Showdown. Wellington with one hell of a victory. Eddie Leo was putting together a nice string of offense, but missing that jumping sidekick that he likes to put away people with, and Wellington catching him, and then landing the headbutt and then sinking the deal with that brutal discus punch, folks. An outstanding shot by Biff Wellington that pulls off the victory tonight on XFW Saturday Night Showdown. Now again, folks, we still got a lot of card left in here tonight, including our main event, where Ramon Cruz will go one-on-one with the current XFW World Heavyweight Champion, The Destroyer. Now, it is a non-title matchup, but it's still a possibility for Ramon Cruz to excel himself in the ranks. Marshall Foskett says a triple threat ladder match to determine the rightful royalty in XFW. I think we've got some fan matches brewing again here in XFW. No, we like to make the fans happy, so this might be something we roll out down the road. Hell, just getting some of you guys talking in the audience about this might ruffle some feathers back in the locker room. We know how Christopherson Pierce loves to talk about his royal lineage. Now he's 26 in line for the royal throne of England. And still, I'm not sure, after talking with Dirk Webb, he thinks somehow that winning a championship here in XFW will push him closer to the throne of England. Folks, we have no ties with England. I don't know. The closest tie we've got with England is Wellington and Christopherson Pierce. And they're under contract, so it's weird. But then it's Christopherson Pearson. He's weird. But I digress. Folks, but up next, Brian Blaze goes one-on-one with Jesus Silva next on Saturday Night Showdown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
And here comes Jesus Silva.
Chihuahua, Mexico. Weighing in at 209 pounds, Jesus Silva.
The youngest competitor in all of XFW. The youngest champion, the youngest competitor, 20 years of age, is Jesus Silva. I know Dirk Webb had a lot to say about this match. He was actually wanted to be here tonight, folks, but Dirk Webb got stuck doing some of his investigative reporting, so he could not be in the arena tonight. We're sad we don't have Dirk with us, as it's always fun to have him around. But we know he's here in spirit, folks. Ladies and gentlemen,
from Northridge, California,
Brian Blaze.
Weighing in at 241 pounds, Brian Blaze.
The most hated man in all of professional wrestling. And he takes that title to heart. He loves hearing how upset the fans get as Blaze makes his way down to the ring. And again, we saw Blaze in that brutal match he had last night with El Yanator. I'm surprised Blaze is even competing tonight. It was a challenge from Pedro Ortiz Jr., but Blaze refusing to fight Ortiz again after the cage match at XFW Mania. But for whatever reason agreed to a match with Jesus Silva. And again, this is after last night. Brian Blaze throwing El Yanitor off the top of a tractor trailer back in the parking lot area. El Yanitor now out for could be months now after sustaining a severe injury. Pedro Ortiz Jr. very, very livid about the attacks on his friend El Yanitor. All right, folks. There's the bell. Here we go. And O'Brien Blaze right out the get-go. Right out of the gate attacking Jesus, but Jesus with a counter. Blaze holding onto the top rope. Blaze with a nice, well-placed right hand rocking the young man. Blaze again laying in with those shots. Kick to the midsection, countered by Blaze. Blaze kicks him away. But Silva, wheelbarrow into a DDT. Amazing counter by Jesus Silva. Silva now springboard into a moonsault. We've got a cover already on Blaze. Blaze with the shoulder up. Blaze, a former multi-time XFW World Heavyweight Champion. Again, that knee lift right to the chin of Jesus Silva. Blaze loves to get inside the head of his opponents. There's the smack, already trying to get inside and get Jesus Silva off his game, trying to invoke the emotional side. Get him on tilt. Get him off his normal game. That's what Brian, and that second time, Blaze with the smack across the back of the head. Jesus Silva with a nice counter now going on the attack. Jesus Silva up, takes Blaze over head over heels. But Blaze right back to his feet again and again, that knee strike right to the face. Oh, come on. And then Blaze acting as if he's wiping dirt on his opponent. We've seen him do that in the past. And now Blaze connects with the right hands and a stomp to the chest for good measure. Brian Blaze now starting to work over Jesus Silva. Elbow shot well placed by Silva. Blaze with a counter. Blaze is definitely on par tonight. He's definitely got under the skin of Jesus Silva. Silva does not seem his normal self. He seems more erratic in the ring tonight. Counter now by Silva. Mike Katura got taken out. Blaze with a kick. That kind of looked low. Silva again with a counter. In the corner. Kick to the midsection again. Silva now calling his spot. Silva charging in, two knees directly to the face. O'Brien Blaze, we've got a cover. Blaze gets the shoulder up. Silva starting to mount a comeback here. Silva again with the Irish whip. Looking for another attack in the corner. Blaze with a counter, catches him off. Blaze with the spine buster. Hellacious impact. Out of nowhere connects. But Silva again gets the shoulder up. Explosive offense from Brian Blaze. Into the corner again. Silva again with a counter. Silva up. Over and connects to Blaze. He connects to Blaze. Holy hell. Silva hits the suplex to stunner. Blaze again gets the shoulder up. The resiliency of Brian Blaze stands tall. Silva now with a clothesline. Connects a second time. Leg Larry now. Blaze now reeling. Silva starting to build momentum. Silva going to the top. On perch on side of the rope. Silva up. Connects. Springboard blockbuster. Takes Blaze off his feet. But again, Blaze gets the shoulder up. Jesus Silva trying to win one for the Luchadors here in XFW. Blaze has been plaguing Pedro Ortiz Jr. for months. Blaze. Silva hits him again. Silva hits Blaze a second time with that brutal move across the top. Silva gets the victory. Silva gets the victory. Silva gets the victory. Jesus Silva pulling off the outstanding in-ring offense and manages to get a pinfall victory over Brian Blaze, winning one back for Pedro Ortiz and El Yanitor. Pedro Ortiz Jr. somewhere, wherever he is living right now with excitement as Jesus Silva knocks off Brian Blaze. What a shot by Jesus Silva. Silva with the shot and with the victory. Talk about miracles, folks, but that's why that young man is a phenomenal champion here in XFW. Outstanding. Silva with the victory. What a win for Jesus Silva, folks, to get a pinfall victory over Brian Blaze. One of the most premier wrestlers here in all of XFW. I can guarantee you Brian Blaze is probably going to tear that locker room apart tonight after that loss to Jesus Silva, folks. Whatever it is, Brian Blaze right now seems to have it out for the Luchadors here in XFW. He's been plaguing Pedro Ortiz Jr. for months, and now going after El Llanator, throwing El Llanator off the top of that tractor trailer last night after the beating he had inside the ring. Jesus Silva coming to the aid, taking the spot of Pedro Ortiz Jr. Brian Blaze refused to fight him, but accepted the match with Silva. Now I'm sure he's sorry he accepted that match. Silva was on fire tonight, folks. What a match, what a turn, unexpected results, but Jesus Silva with the victory over Brian Blaze. I can't wait to see the buzz in the locker room later on tonight. Stick close to Twitter, folks. I'm sure Brian Blaze will be putting out some profanity later on this evening. Well, up next, folks, the women take to the center stage here in XFW Saturday Night Showdown as Kari Foster goes one-on-one with Sonia Rossi. Now, there's been a lot of controversy and drama right now surrounding Kari Foster, folks. We saw her a few weeks ago attacking both Alex Webb and Brittany Brooks backstage, unprovoked in the locker room. And unfortunately, both Webb and Brooks were in between getting changed and were not prepared for a battle. Both ladies still in their lingerie, and Alex Webb pretty much beating the snot out of both of them. And then they had a match at Mat Mania between Webb and Kari Foster, and Foster walking away with that victory. The redhead with the pigtails, folks, is quickly becoming unhinged here, more so than normal. So let's see if Sonia Rossi can stop the insane train that is Kari Foster next on Saturday Night Showdown. And here comes Kari Foster.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Huntsville, Alabama, adorable Kari Foster.
Foster making her way down to the ring. However, I wouldn't put it past this young lady, folks, to start coming out even more aggressive than she has in the past few weeks, as she's looking to get herself back to the top of the food chain here in XFW, but feels she's been upstaged by some of the newer comers. And it seemed to really break the straw on the camel's back when Kitty Lane came on the scene and stole some of her, as she says, stole her spotlight.
And from Athens, Greece, Sonia Rossi.
But here comes Sonia Rossi, one half of the Goddesses. The Goddesses almost got themselves to Mat Mania to challenge for the XFW Women's Tag Team Championships, but were knocked off by the Syndicate. But tonight, Rossi in one-on-one competition with the girl next door, or the redheaded psycho, as I like to call her, Kari Foster. I gotta watch what I say. I don't want to get attacked backstage like everybody else, because Kari Foster will fight men just as quickly as she'll fight women. And here we go, folks. We're off and running. Foster already diving in with a shot on Rossi. Rossi with a counter drop kick. Doesn't look like she caught Oliver Foster getting back to her feet relatively quickly. That right hand, however, caught on, and the crucifix driver takes down Kari Foster. Both of them back to their feet. Both of them now swinging wildly away. It's almost gotten a match of haymakers. So far, both these ladies just swinging for the fences with every shot they have. Snapped in air by Foster and a stiff kick to the back. Foster, the second ever XFW Women's Champion here, getting to the finals. When a lot of folks didn't take her seriously, got to the finals but was quickly defeated by Denise Woods. Denise Woods had several successful title defenses, but Foster stayed on her like fly on paper and eventually got herself the XFW Women's Championship around her waist and held it for a good number of months here. Right now, collar and elbow tie-up. Rossi trying to recover here. Rossi the front face lock, one arm behind. Beautiful suplex by one half of the Goddesses. Drop kick now by Rossi, takes her down. Rossi now continuing to build momentum. But you can't ever count out Kari Foster, folks. The temper on this young lady is second to none. I fully think the rage this woman has outweighs a lot of the anger in the back group and the testosterone by some of the men here in XFW. Rossi again with a wild swing. Foster grabs her around the waist and dumps her right on the back of her head. Cover now by Foster. Rossi gets the shoulder up relatively easily. Foster now right back on the attack. Stiff kick right to the back of the neck. Foster into a backbreaker. And now stretching Rossi out across the knee. Really laying in the damage. Rossi trying to get back to her feet. Foster now staring at her. Here she comes. Foster diving in with a shot right across is Foster. Foster now a little bit of twerking action. Standing moonsault. Impressive offense from Foster. We got a cover. Kick out again by Rossi. Foster showing off a little bit of a wild side. But now Foster again, the anger coming in. Repeated shots now to the head. Foster in the corner. Foster taking off exposing that steel ring. Foster with that exposed turnbuckle and a counter by Rossi. And Foster eats that steel turnbuckle. And Rossi now getting the crowd behind her. Backfiring on Kari Foster. Rossi on the clothesline. Laying in with a second one. Dodging Ross. Beautiful dropkick lands from Sonia Rossi. Rossi now springing back to life in this contest. Starting to really lay into Foster. Big right hand. Foster laid out. We've got a cover. Foster gets the shoulder up. Foster looked like she was rocked by that one. Clothesline and now Rossi sent to the outside. Referee will start the count. What the hell is Foster doing? Foster with a steel chair. This is not an Extreme Rules match. Foster now up. Ew! Lumbar check connects. Foster was too predetermined with that chair. We've got a cover. Rossi might just walk away with the victory. Foster gets the shoulder up. Ooh! Foster goes for the spear. Rossi trips her up and stomps her right in the back of the head. Cover again by Rossi. Kick out again by Kari Foster. Rossi starting to look good, starting to turn this match around. Oh, spoke too soon. Deep arm drag counter by Foster. And now Rossi eats that exposed turnbuckle, that steel ring poking out in the corner. Foster again in the second corner she goes. Foster, exploder into the corner. Rossi's head and neck blasting into those buckles. We've got a cover now. Foster walks away from it. Hard-fought victory for Sonia Rossi. But the fiery redhead with the twerk moves right there, the standing moonsault, pulls it off tonight on Saturday Night Showdown. What a back and forth battle between those two. But Foster, the experience comes into play and pulls off the victory. Here's the exploder right there, folks. Boom, you see that impact on Rossi. You see the way her neck bends when she hits the canvas.
Adorable. Carrie Foster.
She's got a smile on her face right now, folks. But that smile quickly turns to a sneer and a growl in a heartbeat. So much anger in such a small, pretty package. Foster pulling off the victory. But again, folks, it's like an exploding barrel waiting to happen when you're dealing with Carrie Foster. Anything at all can happen with that young lady inside the ring. The explosive amount of anger, the fury in that small, tiny frame, folks, is unimaginable. Now, earlier in our chat room, folks, someone asked if they knew what happened to Owen Bush, the Wildcat. Well, folks, after the attacks in the cemetery that we saw Drago, Owen Bush returned to XFW. Now, we had a letter saying no charges to be pressed against Drago, that everything was fine. It was a misunderstanding, which was uncharacteristic. Seemed out of place after being abducted, taken somewhere, and then having the absolute crap kicked out of you by the Voodoo King. But then, out of nowhere, the next week on XFW programming, Drago shows up, now dubbing himself the Lord of the Ministry of Darkness. That's just weird to say out loud, folks, but that is Drago's new cult, I guess is the kindest way to put it. But following him to the ring was not only River Styx we've seen, but now the Wanderer, Owen Bush, who has gone a dramatic change in what we're normally seeing with Owen Bush, formerly the Wildcat, now referring to himself as the Wanderer. Quite frankly, I think that's the name Drago has now dubbed him, and some folks saying because he wanders between the land of the living and the dead. Folks, you know me, I'm a skeptic. I didn't believe anything Drago said until I saw it in the ring. But seeing is believing, and some folks feel that Drago has literally stolen the soul away from Owen Bush. But folks, right now, Owen Bush, I'm sure will be in the arena as Drago will go one-on-one with Prince Christopherson Pierce on XFW tonight. Now, recently, River Styx capturing the XFW Women's Championship at Matt Mania. So now the ministry of Drago's little crew here, the Ministry of Darkness as he's referring to, it's now starting to gain some influence here in XFW. Upon that, they seem to be getting stronger by the day, winning matches more often than not, having sway and pull over other competitors in the ring, folks. Let's head down to ringside as these two clash on Showdown. Whoa! Here we go again, folks. The mist setting inside, the flames pouring up from the arena. I want to thank everyone again for tuning in to XFW tonight, whether you're on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, please give us that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe. Also subscribe to us on Facebook and Twitch as well. And here comes the ministry, as they're calling themselves.
314 pounds,
Drago. And into again River Styx, the XFW Women's Champion, and now the Wanderer, Owen Bush. And again, Bush and River Styx almost like they're phasing through each other. Maybe that's what they talk about, Bush walking through the realms of the living and the dead. It's just weird, folks. It's just weird. And thank you for liking the stream. Thank you for joining us on Saturday Night Showdown. Drago making his way inside the ring. The Voodoo King from Louisiana. The master of the black arts, the dark arts, whatever you want to call them. And folks, I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. But we've seen Drago literally pull zombie hands or spectral hands out of the ring to hold his opponent in place. I'm still not sure exactly how that doesn't qualify as illegal interference. But they let it go. And now the Wanderer in the ring. The Wanderer, Owen Bush. One thing's for certain, these guys definitely put on a spectacle now when they enter the arena. And here comes Christopherson
And his
Pierce.
opponent from Chelsea, England, weighing in at 210 pounds, Christopherson Pierce.
Pierce, again, the man claiming to be the 26th man in line for the throne of England. Somehow saying that if he captures XFW gold, it'll get him closer to the throne and be the ruler of England. I don't know how that works. I don't know where he gets that logic from. I don't understand that frame of thinking. But folks, there's a lot of stuff in the world that I truly don't understand, so who am I to judge? All I know is Christopherson Pierce is one hell of an in-ring competitor. And tonight he'll definitely have his hands full with the man known as Drago. There's the bell, folks, and here we go. Drago, Pierce, one-on-one tonight on Showdown. Oh, and Drago already setting the pace with a brutal lariat, knocking Pierce right off his feet. A second one lays in. You see River Styx already cheering on the outside. Meanwhile, the Wanderer almost motionless. I wonder if it's true that Drago stole his soul. We saw him pull out that tome, that weird-looking leather-bound book off the altar as the two had their altercation in that cemetery, and the lights and flickers and weird, well, the weird crap that happened, folks. And now Owen Bush, now the Wanderer, Owen Bush, no longer the Wildcat. And you see the difference in his look, the difference in his attitude has totally changed. And now a man he's had a rivalry with is now buddies, so to speak. Drago with a spine buster, as well as taking out Mike Atura. Mike luckily getting back to his feet. Pierce on the outside. Thank you, Mr. Shaw, for liking the show. Drago sweeping out the leg, taking Pierce off the apron. Both men now on the outside. Drago laying with shots. Pierce firing right back. Drop kick countered by Drago. Tossing him right back in. Mr. Shaw, thank you for sharing. Welcome to the show tonight. Drago with a kick, Pierce clubbing him in, laying him with a lariat. Pierce now starting to show some life. Collar elbow tie up. Drago with the shove away. Pierce getting back to his feet. Drago lays him with a forearm, connects right across the top of the head. Drago again gets caught, and Pierce lays him in again with that brutal clothesline. Pierce now in control. Nice swinging neck breaker now by Christopherson Pierce. Drago rolling under the ropes. Oh, and you see Pierce shrugging off, telling the Wanderer and River Styx to walk away. I don't know if that's so wise. Pierce now with Drago. Snapping his neck across that middle rope, using it as a weapon. Both men now on the outside. Pierce in control. Tossing Drago back in. He doesn't want the count-out victory. He wants to pin Drago. Oh, and a thumb to the eye now by Pierce. Drago with a kick to the midsection. Drago with the Demon's touch and flips Pierce over. Drago with the Demon's touch with a kick out by Pierce. The spectral attack of Drago connecting with the head of Christopherson Pierce. I'd like to know what... I'm curious to know what that feels like, but at the same time, I don't want to know what it feels like. Again, the snap of the neck of Drago by Christopherson Pierce. And Pierce again right on the trail of Drago, not wanting to give him an opportunity to recover. But here comes the Wanderer, but Drago tosses him back inside. Oh, Drago again lays in with those big meat hooks and a clothesline to Christopherson Pierce. Again, the kick countered by Pierce repeatedly. Looks like Pierce has been doing his homework and scouting the offense of Drago. Sunset flip connects, driving Drago's head to the canvas. Pierce had no intention on covering him with that. Just the impact alone. Kicked in the midsection now, and Drago. Pierce lands! The Tower of London hits the Tower of London. We've got a cover on Drago. Drago gets the shoulder up just before the 3 count. Pierce obviously not happy with that. Calling out to the crowd. It seems to get mixed results. Pierce has had a number of victories over several high-profile XFW competitors, including the Destroyer. Drago the big right hand. And an elbow again. Oh, there it is again. Drago with the zombie hands. And the voodoo slam connects. Drago again reaching into dark magic. We've got a cover.
2, 3.
That's it. Drago again using the dark arts to get the victory over Christopherson. Pierce, there right there is the Demon's Touch. And Pierce, you see the invisible attackers. But Drago again, just as things got dire, pull off the victory after those demonic hands come out of the canvas, grasping onto Pierce, allowing Drago to hit the voodoo slam. And Drago now victorious. I'm sure Christopherson Pierce is now upset he got himself involved in this match, with Drago with another win under his belt. Tonight on Showdown. Folks, that is absolutely frightening to witness what it is we see from Drago. The continued dark arts, if you will, whatever you want to call it, the voodoo magic, the weird shit that goes on in the ring when Drago is in this squared circle, folks. It's just weird. It's odd. Drago himself has a number of followers here in XFW. And by followers, I mean fans. I don't mean people inside the cult. Unless you are inside the cult, at which point, get out, because it's scary shit, folks. It is frightening. It is disturbing. And now Drago just seems to be getting more influence and control over opponents. And we've seen what he's done with the Wanderer, Owen Bush, former the Wildcat here in XFW. And it seemed to only magnify once River Styx came onto the scene here, and Drago and Styx got together in the scene. That's when this whole wave of supernatural mumbo jumbo effects, whatever you want to call it, folks, it seemed only more intense once those two found themselves and got together here in XFW. But up next, folks, the women's tag team champions will be in action. Now, last night, the team debuted again. We thought the championships were going to be around their waist, but it seems they got lost in the luggage at the airport, and Vicious and Alicia showing up without the tag team titles. But hopefully, from what I understand, they're with them tonight as they'll go head-to-head with Team Hotness, Brittany Brooks, and Emma Fox. Now, folks, the women's tag team division has been heating up as of late. We've had a number of new opponents come in and try more and more and more to get themselves at the opportunity of the women's tag team championships. Ever since we unveiled the women's division alone, it's been hot and heavy, and the women have been bringing it just as well as the men, folks, here. So this is an opportune time for more women to jump onto the bandwagon of XFW. We got more teams chomping at the bit to get themselves into the division. The Queens of New Jersey showing up and exploding on the scene. The Syndicate showing up. The Goddesses. We've got more teams that we can shake a stick at. And that, folks, is what is good for business. But right now, we're going to head down to ringside as the XFW women's game crashed again. Well, actually, folks, we're going to go down to a commercial break since the game was nice enough to crash. And we'll be back momentarily with more XFW.
Is it cold in here?
No, it's hot. Give me some sugar, sugar dirty.
Get ready for my sweetness. Ooh, it's about to come, it's about to come, it's about to come. Ooh, turn around. Oh, all over you.
Share the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Muscle Invasion Update. Scientists discover muscle things have come to wrestle. America's only hope, the Battling Belt and the wrestling ring.
He moves left. He hooked one. Into the Battling Belt it goes. He got another. Folks, this wrestling ring may save the world. One more to go. He's got him. It's Battling Belt. Oh, hard-knocking, rockin' ring, Battling Belt, muscle figure packs each sold separately. New from Mattel. Can you save the world?
Yamamoto Industries, the world leader in robotic technology and artificial intelligence. Yamamoto Industries is working hard to bring you tomorrow's technology today. With massive advances in robotics, Yamamoto Industries is making the world easier and more enjoyable for everyone. With vast improvements in nanotechnology, we have revolutionized manufacturing and logistics. And now Yamamoto looks to bring that same technology into your very own home. Improvements to travel and home living. Yamamoto continues to improve the standard of living across the globe, and now drops it right into your hand. And now Yamamoto can improve you too. Upgrading the outdated human body, the advancements of Yamamoto tech can give you the superior form you have always dreamed of. Stronger, faster, and more durable. With Yamamoto tech, you can begin to look to the future and forget the past. Yamamoto Industries, a better world for everyone, through technology.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots race their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers,
Rising the skies. Attack the Autobot commander! Call in the Decepticon leader!
the Transformers, more than meets
The Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro. To help them in their never-ending battle against the evil Decepticons, the Autobots create a new breed of robot, Dinobots.
more than meets the eye. Dinobots race their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers,
Rising the skies. The Decepticons are attacking! The Dinobots will get them! Can't beat the Dinobots!
Sold separately from Hasbro.
All right, folks, we are back.
The following contest is scheduled
Tag team
for
action
one
coming your way.
On the way to the ring,
JR saying positive thoughts for HM Nasty, for MH Nasty spot tonight in AEW. Hopefully recovers. So many moves in professional wrestling at the drop of a hat can end your career or worse. But Team Hotness making their way inside the ring. They'd love to get an opportunity tonight to get a pinfall or submission victory, hell, even a counter victory over the Women's Tag Team Champions to get themselves lined up for a title shot.
I wanna make sound. I wanna change everything. I wanna know if
And here come the brand new XFW Women's Tag Team Champions. And the belts did not get lost in the luggage tonight at the airport, folks. There they are, the brand new Women's Tag Team Championship titles. Vicious and delicious, the first ever XFW Women's Champions. Sarah Wells and Alex North, your first ever XFW Women's Tag Team Champions. I am definitely a fan of these two young ladies, folks, but I think it's because of the thigh highs. I'm a sucker for a pair of thigh highs. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the stream, but hell with it. I'm going to talk out loud. There's the bell, folks, and here we go. We are off and running. Sarah Wells kicking things off with Emma Fox. Wells rolling out of the way, coming back, high cross body, but Emma Fox with a counter. Fox and Brittany Brooks have been competing at a whole new level since donning together as a tag team and taking their opportunities in tag team wrestling. And now Emma Fox starting things off hot and heavy. Clubbing blows in the back of Sarah Wells. Oh, and a big roundhouse kick connects to the back of the head. And a snap now by Emma Fox. Fox on a roll. Drop kick well placed in the head of one half of the tag team champions. And now Fox delivering a number of shots to the head. Wells rolling back to her feet, kicked in the midsection, now trying to counter through. Oh, and Wells now with a slap to the face of Emma Fox. Wells goes for the drop kick, but Fox rolls under into a cover, hooking the leg. Nice attempt by Emma Fox. Again, this young lady's been increasing her offensive abilities ever since joining with the tag team with Brittany Brooks. They've had a positive reflection on each other and have only gotten better in the past few months as a tag team. Blade Jackson, thank you for liking the stream. Tagging comes Alex North. North now up high, and Wells launches her through the air. Heavy impact from the women's tag team champions. North, the vicious half of Vicious and Delicious. As North has had MMA style training. She's had mixed martial arts training and competed before coming to XFW in a number of professional matches. Somewhere along the line, meeting Wells, the two have formed a tag team and has been history since. They performed phenomenally together and are the first ever women's tag team champions here in XFW. But again, Brittany Brooks and Emma Fox are no slouches in the tag team division. Emma Fox now again in control of backbreaker delivered to Alex North. And a tag, in comes Brittany Brooks. Can Brooks continue that momentum? North firing off with a couple shots and a chop. And Brooks fires right back. And Brooks with a takedown. And Brooks now blasting the head of North off the canvas. Barnable tile. North for the counter. Oh, and a shot right to the top of the head again by North. North wraps through. Oh! What a suplex again. We've seen a lot of innovative offense come from these two young ladies. Oh, that neck breaker again, snapping back. And a big time roundhouse. And that is why she's the vicious half of Vicious and Delicious. Power slam now by Brittany Brooks. Nice turnaround. Brooks wiping the hands, saying that's it with a cover. But North gets the shoulder up. Both these teams, folks, have become some of the best here in the women's division of XFW. Some of the other teams will tell you that's not true, but quite frankly, from in-ring watching these ladies perform and do what they do, I would have to agree. These may be the best two teams in the women's division in XFW. North now up north with a nice hurricanrana. Takes Brittany Brooks down. Rick, thank you for hosting over on the Twitch platform. Turned around in the corner by Brooks. Blind tag by Sarah Wells, saving her partner. And thank you for liking the stream. Sarah Wells now with a number of kicks and punches over butterfly suplex. Wells now back in control. Wells with a shot to the midsection. Pump handle into the face buster. I absolutely love that move. Innovative offense by Sarah Wells. But Brittany Brooks gets the shoulder up. Folks, that is one of my favorite moves these two young ladies pull off. Outstanding offense by Sarah Wells. Emma Brooks now foaming at the mouth to get back inside the ring. Brittany Brooks taking a lot of damage right now. Rick Fletcher, thank you for sharing. Counter now by Brittany Brooks. Nice deep arm drag. Irish whip off the ropes. Brooks again delivers the power slam. Rick Fletcher's on a sharing spree. Thank you, Rick, I'm sorry. Brooks now in the corner. Brooks hanging Wells upside down. Where's she going? No, she's not. No, she's not. Brittany Brooks going high. Holy hell, folks. Oh, down we go. Frequent flyer miles from Brittany Brooks. You see her hold her own lower back. The crowd with the "This is awesome" chant. We got to cover the champions. Alex North there to break up the count. Sarah Wells might have seen sooner days there. Goes for high cross body, no one there. Rick Fletcher again on a sharing spree. Sarah Wells now in trouble. Counter by Wells. Oh, and a blind tag now by Emma Fox, stealing a playbook from Vicious and Delicious. This time the high cross body connects. Brittany Brooks still in the corner. Oh, what a roundhouse by Wells. And a kick to the face by Brooks. Brooks takes her out the knee. Team hotness. Turning the double team tactics there. Can't say I blame them. Wells now in trouble. Emma Fox now lighting her up with a number of attacks. Beautiful combination. We got a cover. Wells gets the shoulder up. All four women now in the ring. Need to get people out. Wells now with a drop kick right to the knee of Emma Fox. Dropping her face down to the canvas. But Fox stays resilient with a counter. But again, Fox gets shoved. Pump handle again. Suplex again, that pump handle face buster. We got a cover. And Wells, holy hell. Wells lighting her up with that pump handle face buster and gets the pinfall victory. Shocking Emma Fox. Wow. I don't know if that was desperation. I don't know if that was instinct. But right here, folks, look at this phenomenal move. Boom, planting her down. But Vicious and Delicious walk away the tag team champions victorious tonight on Saturday Night Showdown. Here's the brutal onslaught of kicks by Brittany Brooks. But Vicious and Delicious victorious. What a win for the women's tag team champions. What a win for those ladies tonight. And again, Brittany Brooks and Emma Fox, Team Hotness, are outstanding in their in-ring performance, folks. You saw how close they came to getting a victory over the women's champions. That was outstanding. They continue to impress week in and week out here in XFW. Well, up next, folks, we've got our main event of the evening. The Destroyer going one-on-one with Ramon Cruz. Now the Destroyer, the newly crowned XFW World Heavyweight Champion, defended the championship last night on XFW Danger Zone. Now a lot of folks think he's already trying to spread himself a little bit too thin, taking match after match after match. But if you followed XFW, you know this is how the Destroyer handles business. He is one of the most professional people I have ever met in wrestling. He is both feared and respected by the locker room, except for people like Brian Blaze who have no respect for anybody. But the Destroyer is all about the in-ring competition. He feels there's a code of honor to wrestling. He feels if he's the champion, he needs to be in there as often as he can. In-ring competition, defending the championship all the time. Now again, this is how he sustained a knee injury many, many years ago. He continued to wrestle night in and night out when he had the championship. And then at the time, Captain Jack, who retired in 2019, went on an all-out assault on the Destroyer and kept attacking the knee. The Destroyer had to take a couple months off for have knee surgery, and you see that's why he wears the knee brace, or what some wrestlers affectionately call the suplex handle, on his knee. But again, the Destroyer getting back into his old habits. Now he's got the championship around his waist for a 5th time. wrestling as often as he can to prove he deserves that championship. But tonight, he goes up against Ramon Cruz, a man that has slowly been building momentum here in XFW, knocking off opponent after opponent. And he says this is getting himself away from the shadow that was the Alliance and Brian Blaze. Ladies and gentlemen, our main event next, XFW Saturday Night Showdown. And here comes Ramon
The
Cruz.
contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Juarez, Chihuahua, Mexico. Weighing in at 220 pounds.
Ramon Cruz, a former two-time United States champion. Now looking to get himself lined up with the World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. Tonight gets to go one-on-one with the Destroyer. Any type of victory in this match, pinfall, submission, or countout, will line up Ramon Cruz for a number one contendership spot and an opportunity to challenge the Destroyer for the championship. Cruz and the Destroyer are no strangers to each other. They have fought in the past. Both have victories over one another. But as of late, the Destroyer seems more focused than he ever has been before, folks. But at the same point, so is Ramon Cruz. Ladies and gentlemen,
And his opponent,
the XFW World Heavyweight Champion.
Weighing in at 321 pounds. One half of the Destroyer.
The most feared and respected man in the locker room in the back, folks. An XFW original. This man has been with XFW since its debut. He has traveled all around the world. He's held singles titles wherever he has set foot inside a ring. And now he holds that championship for a fifth time. It was a long, hard road for the Short to get back to this opportunity. Fans last night at XFW Digital saying it was nice to see the title back around the waist of the Destroyer. A lot of folks saying the title is back at home where it belongs. It's been nearly 2 years since the Destroyer has held that title. But Ramon Cruz starting things off right out the get-go. Cruz knows he's got to keep this match fast-paced. But the Destroyer already overpowering Cruz. Cruz easily with a speed advantage over the Destroyer. Destroyer with a substantial size and strength advantage. But again, both these men know each other very, very well. They battled left and right. Cruz had a number of battles with the Destroyer back when he was with one of the third of the Alliance. Ooh, and a spinning hit where the Destroyer stays on his feet. The Destroyer stays on his feet, now a shoulder tackle. Kick to the midsection. Cruz catches it, spinning heel kick, takes the Destroyer off his feet. Cruz now back in control. Cruz with the DDT. Cruz will look into weaken up the head and neck area to try to set up for that brutal top rope German suplex that he likes to use, tossing his opponents halfway across the ring, but the Destroyer catching him and laying in with a heavy lariat. Destroyer, oh, good Lord. Tossing Ramon Cruz, one arm across the ring. And a spinebuster follow through by the big man. The champion now with a cover. Kick out by Cruz. Destroyer swinging wildly, Cruz dodging out of the way. We talked about that agility and the quickness of Ramon Cruz. Cruz's father, Romeo Vega, a former multi-time XFW heavyweight champion. His career ended early at the hands of Warburg. Cruz came to XFW to continue his father's legacy. But right now, the Destroyer looking to crush that leg. Again, Cruz dodging out of the way, takes the Destroyer down. Cruz again, outmaneuvering the big man, dodging the champion's attacks. Cruz now, right to the middle of the spine of the Destroyer with the knee. Destroyer catches the leg again, delivers that brutal shot to Ramon Cruz. Big right hand now from the Destroyer. Into the Omega driver, Cruz, spine crunching down with brutal impact. We got a cover, but Cruz manages to survive. One of the most devastating moves in all of professional wrestling, the speed of turning that around of the Destroyer and then laying in that shot. Cruz now tossed to the outside. Destroyer now in, following through. Kick to the midsection. Destroyer's got him up. Oh my dear Lord. Powerbomb on the apron. Look at this impact, folks. Look at this brutality from the Destroyer. Cruz broken in half at ringside. Mike can turn up to a 4 count. Destroyer continuing to brutalize Ramon Cruz on the outside. Cruz with a shot to the midsection. Referee up to a 6. I don't think either man is paying attention to the count. Destroyer tossing Cruz back inside. Kick to the midsection again. The Cruz with a counter again. Catching the foreigner's feet every time. Cruz again. Looking to get a victory tonight with the Destroyer. Looking to line himself up. Cruz now sending the Destroyer over the top rope with a lariat. Cruz lining up the shot, full head of steam. Cruz through the ropes. Suicide dive, takes the big man off his feet. Cruz now again using that agility and quickness as a weapon. Destroyer going to the outside. Now Ramon Cruz turning in suit, taking the big man down. Cruz now lining up the shot. Another one from the Cruz. Destroyer shrugging him off. Both men now slugging it out on the outside. European uppercut now from Cruz. Cruz now stomping away at the champion. And the knee right between the eyes. Mike can turn up to a 5 count. Cruz, any type of victory will get him it tonight. But he needs to get back inside the ring himself. It looks like he's spending a lot of energy. Destroyer tossing him back inside the ring. Both men now back in. Destroyer back in control. Destroyer with a handful of throat. Cruz counters the choke slam. Cruz now with an Irish whip. Cruz up. Frankensteiner takes the Destroyer over. Cruz again going to that the agility and the speed and quickness to take the big man down. Cruz now staring at the Destroyer, thinking what he's got to do to keep him off his feet. Destroyer getting back to his feet. Cruz with the right hand. Cruz has the Destroyer up. Holy hell! Cruz connects. Cruz connects with the German suplex. Cruz wins. Cruz wins. Cruz wins. Cruz wins. Cruz just set himself up to become the #1 contender. Has the Destroyer set himself too thin? The Destroyer, 7 days away, already wrestling multiple times throughout the week. And Ramon Cruz now pulling off the victory over the Destroyer. Ramon Cruz victorious tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to XFW tonight. That was our main event. Holy hell, Ramon Cruz, #1 contender.
I wanna make